This summer, everything changes. Friendships are tested, secrets are revealed, and love is more complicated than ever. Some moments will break you, some will make you wish summer would never end. The sun dips low over the calm, endless ocean, its golden light reflecting off the gentle waves. Text fades in. Summer isn't just a season, it's a turning point. The camera slowly pans over the sandy beach, seashells scattered and waves brushing the shore. Soft, nostalgic music begins, carrying a hint of anticipation. A gentle breeze rustles through the palm trees, carrying laughter and whispers in the distance. The voiceover begins, calm but full of emotion. Every summer has a story. Some we remember forever. Some we wish we could forget. But this summer, nothing will ever be the same. We see symbolic faceless shots, a hand brushing sand, footprints in the surf, a diary left on a sun-warmed towel. Quick flashes hint at friendships, arms linked, shared secret smiles, but then just as quickly, a shadow crosses the sand, hinting at tension. The voiceover continues. It starts with the people we love, the ones we trust. But even the strongest bonds can be tested. The screen splits into 3 faceless glimpses of the main characters. One silhouette looking out to sea, one writing a note hurriedly, another hesitating at a doorway. Each scene is brief, cinematic, is filled with emotion without showing faces. A text overlay appears. Love, friendship, secrets. The music swells slightly, and the waves crash a little louder, signaling that something bigger is coming. The scene transitions to a sunset shot, the sky streaked with pink and orange, signaling change. The voiceover softens, almost whispering, "Some summers change you forever." Are you ready for this one? As the music builds, we see quick dramatic flashes, a hand reaching for a letter, sudden dropped object, a silhouette walking away across the sand. The final shot in this section lingers on the footprints fading into the waves, accompanied by the voiceover. This summer, nothing stays the same, and everything is about to be revealed. Text appears briefly in bold. Cinematic style, "The Summer I Turned Pretty," Season 3. The music dips, leaving a sense of anticipation. And the first section closes with a hint of conflict lingering in the air. Ready to dive deeper into the drama, romance? In Secrets of the Season, the morning sun rises slowly over the beach, casting a soft, golden glow. The waves lap gently at the shore, but there's an undercurrent of unease. Text appears subtly on screen. Some summers bring love. Others bring secrets. The voiceover begins, calm but tinged with tension. This summer, hearts will be tested. Friendships will bend, choices will weigh heavy, and every secret has a price. We see faceless visuals that suggest conflict, hands clenching. Someone hesitating at the edge of a dock, a journal being closed abruptly, and shadows moving quickly across a sunlit room. Quick flashes hint at argument stores closing, distant shouting, dropped object on a wooden floor, without revealing faces. The voiceover continues. Belly has grown, and so have her feelings. But love isn't simple. It's messy, complicated, and sometimes it hurts the most when you care the most. Cut to symbolic shots of the central love triangle, a hand almost touching another. A bracelet being offered and pulled back, 2 figures walking in parallel across the sand without meeting. Text overlays appear, to hearts. One choice. Music builds slightly, blending nostalgia with suspense. The voiceover adds, "Summer isn't just about laughter and sunsets. It's about the moments that shape us, the decisions that define us. And this season, every choice comes with consequences. Visuals move between joyful and tense, a playful splash in the waves. Then a solitary figure standing by the water's edge, watching the horizon. A notebook is flipped open, revealing scribbled notes and crossed-out words, hinting at secrets being kept. Quick glimpses of a phone screen show blurred text messages being typed and deleted. The tension grows, the wind picks up. Trees sway sharply, waves crash louder, shadows stretch across the sand. The voiceover whispers, "Some truths are hidden. Some hearts are broken. And some summers change everything. The section ends with a cinematic pullback, the beach at sunset. Footprints scattered, a lone figure walking into the distance, while text slowly fades in. Every choice leads to this summer. The music fades to a soft, suspenseful hum. Signaling the story is just beginning. The sky is painted with soft, early morning hues as waves gently kiss the shore. Text fades in. Every story begins with a person. But every person has a story. The voiceover begins. Warm yet tinged with curiosity, this summer, every heart has its own journey. Every secret, its own weight. Faceless visuals introduce the main characters symbolically. A close-up of a hand brushing sand, a backpack left on a porch, footprints running along the shoreline. The first character is hinted at, a silhouette standing on a pier, looking out at the horizon. Text overlay, belly caught between the past and the future. The voiceover, she's grown. She's stronger, and she's discovering who she really is. But love and loyalty pull her in every direction. Next, we see quick cuts of the two boys connected to her story. One figure tossing a pebble into the ocean, the other adjusting a hat while leaning against a fence. Text overlays appear. Conrad, burdened by secrets. Fighting for love, Jeremiah playful, loyal. But hiding his own doubts. The voiceover continues. Some people are easy to read. Some hide their true feelings behind laughter, silence, or distance. This summer, no one can hide forever. The visuals alternate between moments of warmth and tension, hands brushing, almost touching. A note being read and quickly folded, a figure walking away through the sunlit sand. And another, pausing to stare at a storm cloud forming on the horizon. Quick flashes hint at secrets and misunderstandings, an envelope dropped into the sand. A silhouette peeking through a window, a shadow retreating, music rises. Combining soft nostalgia with suspenseful undertones, the voiceover adds, they are all connected by one summer, one choice, one turning point. Every glance, every touch, every word matters more than ever before. Symbolic shots highlight relationships. Two figures laughing on a boardwalk. A single hand reaching for another but stopping. A diary being opened with hurried writing. Waves erasing footprints, hinting at the fleeting nature of moments. Text appears. Friendship, love, secrets. The section concludes with a dramatic, faceless visual, the silhouettes of the main trio standing on the beach at sunset. Each facing a different direction, their paths uncertain. The voiceover whispers, this summer, every heart will be tested, and every choice will leave a mark. Text overlay fades in slowly. The Summer I Turned Pretty, Season 3. The music softens to a gentle hum, leaving viewers anticipating the unfolding drama. The sun hovers high over the beach, casting warm golden light, but the air is charged with tension. Text fades in. Love isn't always simple. Sometimes it's the hardest choice of all. The voiceover begins. Soft, yet filled with longing. This summer, hearts will collide. Choices must be made, and love doesn't always wait. Faceless visuals illustrate the romantic tension. Two hands almost touching over a picnic blanket. A bracelet being given and then hesitated upon. Two silhouettes walking side by side but never turning to face each other. Quick cuts show fleeting glances, playful interactions, and subtle jealousy footsteps echoing behind someone leaving a room. A hand brushing a shoulder and pulling away. Text overlays punctuate the scenes to hearts. One choice. The voiceover continues. Belly's feelings are stronger than ever, but so are the stakes. Every smile hides a question. Every word carries a weight she may not be ready to bear. Visuals show symbolic gestures. A letter left unread on a table. A notebook scribbled with a heart and crossed out names. Footprints running in the sand, leading in different directions. A hand reaches for another hand, then hesitates midair, capturing the tension of the love triangle without showing faces. The music swells slightly, mixing playful notes with hints of suspense. The voiceover adds, Conrad is quiet, intense, and full of secrets. Jeremiah is loyal, bright, and closer than ever. But both want the same thing, and Belly must decide, or risk losing more than she imagines. Quick, faceless flashes heighten the emotional stakes, a shadowed figure leaving a message. A hand tightly gripping a fence, a silhouette standing under a pier watching another disappear into the distance. Text overlays punctuate the tension. Jealousy, confusion, desire. The scene shifts to the beach at sunset, silhouettes of two figures standing apart while a third walks between them, symbolizing indecision and emotional pull. The voiceover softens, almost whispering, every look, every touch, every word matters. Because this summer, love doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It demands the right choice. The music crescendos, then pauses dramatically. Text fades in. Who will she choose? A final, faceless visual lingers on a hand hovering over two letters, both unopened as the wind flutters their pages. The section closes on a long shot of the trio on the sand, separated yet connected as the waves roll, in symbolizing the ever-changing tides of the heart. The sky darkens slightly, storm clouds drifting over the calm ocean. Text fades in. Some truths stay buried, until they can't. The voiceover begins, low and suspenseful. This summer, not everything is as it seems. Secrets long kept are starting to surface, and when they do, hearts will break, trust will shatter. Faceless visuals hint at betrayal, a shadow slipping a letter under a door, diary being hurriedly closed, a figure walking away into the mist. Quick flashes show emotional tension, a slammed door, hands trembling, a phone dropped on the floor. Text overlays appear intermittently, lies, secrets, consequences. The voiceover continues. Conrad hides more than just feelings. Jeremiah carries his own doubts. And Belly. She's caught in the middle, unsure who to trust, unsure what to believe. Visual storytelling emphasizes faceless emotions. A hand gripping tightly onto another in anger. Footprints diverging in the sand, a silhouette watching from a distance as another figure laughs unknowingly. A notebook flips open to a page with crossed-out words. Hinting at confessions left unsaid, music grows tense, with sharp notes underscoring the suspense. The voiceover adds, some betrayals are obvious. Some are subtle, but all of them leave marks. In this summer, nothing stays hidden forever. Quick flashes of dramatic moments, shadows in hallways, hurried whispers, someone peeking around a corner, a hand pulling a blanket off a secret object. Text overlays punctuate the scenes. The truth will out. But at what cost? The section builds tension further with storm imagery, wind whipping through palm trees, waves crashing violently against the shore, a faceless figure standing alone in the rain. The voiceover softens, with a note of warning. Every secret uncovered changes everything. Every choice has a ripple effect. And some summers change the people we thought we knew best. The music pauses briefly, leaving only the sound of waves and a distant clap of thunder. The final, faceless visual of this section lingers on a journal lying open on wet sand, pages fluttering in the wind, hinting at revelations yet to come. Text appears slowly. Who can you trust when the truth is hidden? The camera sweeps across a bright, sunlit beach. Text appears. Summer is more than secrets. It's about moments that last forever. The voiceover begins, warm and nostalgic. This summer amidst the heartbreak and drama. There are moments that remind us why the sun feels so golden, why laughter is so contagious, and why memories are made in the simplest of moments. Faceless visuals capture joyful, carefree moments, hands clinking ice cream cones, a kite soaring high over the beach, shadows of friends running along the sand, laughter carried on the wind. Text overlays punctuate the scene. Joy, friendship, freedom. The voiceover continues, even when hearts are heavy and secrets weigh us down. There are moments of pure happiness that remind us who we are and who we're with. Quick, faceless flashes showcase emotional intimacy, a hand brushing sand off another, silhouette catching a falling hat, two figures sharing a quiet sunset on a pier. Music swells with warmth. blending soft acoustic tones with gentle waves. Text appears as the voiceover adds. Summer isn't just about sunsets or beach games. It's about the smiles shared, the laughter echoed, and the connections that stay long after the waves wash away your footprints. Visuals shift to subtle, intimate gestures, footprints intertwining in the sand, hands passing seashells, a silhouette pausing to watch another laugh in the distance. Each shot highlights closeness, trust, and fleeting happiness. The voiceover softens. Reflective. These are the moments that make the heartbreak bearable, the secrets worth confronting, and the choices worth making. Because even in the hardest summers, love and friendship linger in every sunbeam, every ripple, every breeze. The section concludes with a sweeping, faceless shot, a wide-angle view of the beach as the sun begins to set. Friends running along the shoreline, laughter and movement captured in silhouette. Text overlays slowly. This summer, moments will last forever. Music fades to a soft, hopeful note, leaving viewers with a sense of warmth and anticipation. The sky darkens further. Waves crash more aggressively, and a distant thunder rumbles. Text appears. Every choice has consequences. The voiceover begins, intense but controlled. This summer, the calm is gone. Every secret, every feeling, every decision, it's all coming to the surface. Friendships are tested, love is questioned, and nothing is certain anymore. Faceless visuals hint at confrontation, a hand slamming a door, footprints racing across the sand, shadows moving quickly through hallways. A notebook is ripped partially, a phone is thrown onto a table, and hands clench in frustration. Text overlays punctuate, tension, betrayal, truths revealed. The voiceover continues. Belly must face the consequences of her choices. Conrad's secrets are about to be exposed. Jeremiah's loyalty will be pushed to the limit, and no one is prepared for the storms ahead. Quick cuts show dramatic, faceless moments. A silhouette standing in the rain, a hand covering a face in despair, a piece of paper being dropped into the surf, blurred figures arguing in the background. Music swells, blending suspense and urgency, building an emotional crescendo. Text overlays flash in time with dramatic beats. Hearts collide. Secrets explode. Friendships break. The voiceover adds, "This is the summer where everything changes, where the moments that once seemed small become the ones that define us." Visual storytelling highlights faceless tension. Two silhouettes facing each other but separated by distance. A hand hesitating over a phone, footprints diverging on wet sand. Shadows moving in opposite directions. A storm begins to roll in, waves crashing violently against the shore. Symbolizing emotional turbulence, the voiceover whispers, tense and haunting, "The choices you make, the words you speak, they can't be taken back." And this summer, every heart will feel the storm. The section closes with a dramatic, faceless tableau, silhouettes of the main trio standing apart on the beach. Wind whipping hair and clothes, waves roaring behind them. Text fades in slowly. The summer of choices begins now. The music hits a suspenseful peak and then dips into an ominous hum, signaling that the drama is far from over. The sky is dark and turbulent. Waves crashing violently against the shore, wind whipping the sand. Text fades in. Some truths can't stay hidden. Forever, the voiceover begins, urgent and gripping. This summer, nothing stays the same. Every secret, every choice, every feeling comes to light, and when it does, lives are changed forever. Faceless visuals convey shocking tension, a hand slamming a journal shut, a silhouette running across a stormy beach, a letter torn in half and carried away by the wind. Quick flashes hint at confrontations, a dropped phone on a sunlit floor, shadows moving rapidly down hallways, hands clenching in desperation. Text overlays punctuate, revelation, betrayal, heartbreak. The voiceover continues. Belly will face truths she never expected. Conrad's past will collide with the present. Jeremiah's loyalty will be tested like never before. and no one knows who will stand and who will fall. Dramatic faceless imagery builds intensity, silhouettes confronting one another, hands trembling over letters or text messages, storm clouds rolling across the sky, rain beginning to fall in sheets. Quick flashes suggest emotional and physical confrontations without revealing faces, footsteps running across sand, a hand grasping another's shoulder in desperation, someone pausing in the doorway. Trembling, the music rises rapidly, combining suspense and urgency. The voiceover adds, "Every heart has a breaking point. Every choice has consequences. And this summer, everything you thought you knew will be questioned." Symbolic shots emphasize high stakes, shadows stretching across walls, footprints being washed away by waves, letters flying in the wind, a silhouetted figure falling to their knees, hands reaching out but not touching. Text overlays intensify the mood. Who will survive the storm? And who will be left behind? The section reaches its peak with a dramatic, faceless tableau, the main trio separated by distance on a windswept beach. Storm clouds above, waves roaring, and wind tugging at hair and clothes. The voiceover whispers, almost ominously, "This summer, nothing is certain, and everything is about to change." Text fades in dramatically. "The Summer I Turned Pretty, Season 3. The music pauses, leaving only the sound of crashing waves and distant thunder. Creating a heartbeat-like suspense that lingers before the next section, the storm has passed, leaving the beach washed in soft, golden light. Text appears gently on screen, even in the hardest summers. Love lingers. The voiceover begins, tender and reflective, amid the heartbreak, the secrets, and the choices. There are moments that remind us why summer feels eternal. Moments of connection, of comfort, of quiet understanding. Faceless visuals capture these intimate, heartfelt moments, hands brushing gently across a picnic blanket. Two silhouettes sitting side by side on a pier. A diary left open with a carefully written note. A shadowed figure holding another's hand as waves lap at their feet. Text overlays punctuate the warmth, connection, comfort, love. The voiceover continues, "Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah. They've been tested by storms, confronted by truths, and pushed to their limits. Yet in the smallest gestures, they find strength, hope, and the courage to move forward."